Views and opinions expressed by guests on No Filter, No Fence are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of the hosts, producers, sponsors, or affiliates of this program. No Filter, No Fence exists to provide a space for open and honest dialogue. Guests are solely responsible for their statements, and listener discretion and independent judgment are advised.
Got a little dirt on my hands, got a story to tell. Been through the fire, came back doing well. Fresh air in my lungs, got my boots on the ground. Real talk, real people, that's how we get down. We don't have a wall, we don't paint over scars. We've been chasing big dreams underneath these stars. From the front porch wisdom to the boardroom plans, building something greater with our hearts in hand. Oh, no pretending, no disguise, just truth looking eye to eye. Pull up a chair, come take a seat. This is where real life and real people meet. No filter, no fair. Let the conversation flow. No fair. Where the truth runs deep, and the good ideas grow. Real life and we're learning, we're making some sense. Living life wide open. No filter, no fair.
Yo, what's happening, beautiful people? It's your boy Shay Impact, and we are back. Welcome to season 2 of the No Filter, No Fence podcast, where we don't do fake, we don't do filters, and we definitely don't live behind fences. First and foremost, much love to everybody who rode with us through season 1. The Hello Mama series was bigger than a podcast. It became a love letter to mothers around the world. And don't worry, we're going to celebrate that milestone later this year. But today, we're on a whole different frequency. This season ain't about staying comfortable. It's about elevating your mindset, challenging your beliefs, building stronger families, becoming self-sufficient, and becoming the version of yourselves you've been talking about for years. You see, everybody wants a better life, but not everybody is willing to have better conversations. And that's where we come in. This ain't about scripts. It's not about pretending or creating echo chambers. Just authentic conversation that hit your spirit, sharpen your mind, and move your life. So whether you're in the car, in the gym, or sitting in the driveway because you just don't feel like going inside, you picked the right podcast. Call somebody, share this episode, because season 2, we're not just making noise, we're making impact. I'm Shay Impact, and this is No Filter, No Fence podcast. It's time to grow. It's time to build. Let's get it, people. Admit something real quick. As adults, you got to admit we some interesting people. And I say that humbly. Because we say we want peace and then voluntarily join 6 group chats. Like, seriously, where does that make sense at? You know, we claim that we broke. We complain about being broke, ain't got no money, but standing in line waiting on coffee that somehow costs $11. And y'all already know what the place is. I ain't going to say their name. Starbucks. We say we cutting back, and then we in Target, y'all, like walking through with candles and throw blankets, got plants in our basket. 3 things we didn't even remember putting in the cart. When you supposed to went in for toothpaste. Now you spending $92.55. Somebody got some splaining to do. And I think Target got some splaining to do. Like, seriously, don't get me started on Costco. You walk in, supposed to be going to get paper towels or some Pampers or something, and you come out with a kayak, 30 pounds of trail mix, some patio furniture, and bottled water to survive a freaking apocalypse. Like, what you trying to do? Try out for Walking Dead? Like, come on, help me to understand this. Help me to make this make sense. And here's my favorite one. The people who spend 2 hours scrolling social media, literally watching somebody else's life, and then say, man, I just don't have enough time. Really? But you had time to watch 187 videos of people making seafood boils. You just didn't spend any time building your own life. And that's where we are. So y'all, I need us to stop pausing to think about this, because I've caught myself doing it too. That's why I wanted to start season 2 right here. Because before we talk about changing our money or our families, our businesses, our communities, or our future, we've got to talk about that one thing that's quietly running the show. And that's our mindset. And once you start thinking change, everything else has a chance to change with it. So let's get into it. Can I ask you a question real quick? Have you ever noticed that most people are trying to change their lives without ever changing the way that they think? You see, we chase bigger houses, better jobs, more money, more followers, another degree, another relationship, and another opportunity. You see, we always chasing something, but we never stop long enough to ask, am I thinking at the level of the life I'm praying for? You see, your life will almost never outrun your mindset for long. You might get a little lucky. You might even catch a break. But if your thinking never evolves, eventually you'll find yourself right back where you started. And then that cycle continues. That's why we're starting season 2 here. It's not about politics. It's not about relationships. It's not about business right now. It's not even about money. We're starting with your mind. Because every conversation we're going to have this season requires a different level of thinking. You see, for too long, we've been conditioned to survive instead of build. We've become experts at reacting. Instead of creating, we know every celebrity headline, every stat for all of the athletes. We know what's going on in everybody else's lives but our own. We know every piece of political drama, what Donald Trump did or didn't do, what Joe Biden did or didn't do, what Obama's doing or not doing, but can't explain how our local government actually works. See, we know what's trending, but we don't know our neighbors. Think about that. We become consumers of information instead of producers of change. And that's not an insult to anybody. It's just an observation. See, if we're honest, many of us have been living on autopilot for far too long. And that is just how society has conditioned most of us. We wake up, we go to work, we pay our bills, we scroll, we sleep, and then put life on repeat. Until one day we look up and realize all we've been doing is just existing. But y'all, season 2 is about being more intentional with our living. Here's something that I've learned personally. Your mindset isn't just what you think. It's what you normalize. You see, if chaos becomes normal, you'll stop questioning it. If debt becomes normal, you'll stop fighting it. We do it every day. Right now, we have normalized the abnormal. And if unhealthy relationships become our normal, you mistake dysfunction for love, and you don't hold each other accountable. You see, if excuses become normal, discipline starts to feel like it's offensive to us. And that's why growth feels uncomfortable. Growth introduces a new normal that must be normalized. One of the biggest lies we've been sold is that if everybody's doing it, it must be okay. And no, that is not right. Average produces average. If you want to live an extraordinary life, you have to become comfortable making uncommon decisions. And sometimes that means saying no for the sake of saving yourself from being consumed by what your life doesn't deserve. Sometimes that means spending less. Sometimes that means admitting you've been wrong. Sometimes that even means letting people walk away because the only thing that you can do is take care of you. Sometimes people outgrow us because they were more familiar with the old version of us. You see, growth has a price, and comfort does too. The difference is only one of them will pay you back. Now, let me warn you about something. Season 2 is going to make some people very uncomfortable. It may be family, it may be friends, it may be strangers, but it's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. Not because we're trying to offend anyone, but because comfort has become one of the biggest barriers to transformation in our society, in our world, and in our homes. You see, we're going to challenge how we think about family, how we think about our money, how we think about leadership, how we think about marriage, even fatherhood, politics, how we show up in our community, how we become more self-sufficient, even about how we think about our mental health and our faith. You see, this season is about purpose, is about recalibrating and becoming who we want to be. This is about success, real success, authentic success, not because we have all the answers, but because asking better questions will create better lives for us. So here's my challenge to you. As you listen to this season, I don't want you to ask, and I don't want you to agree with just Shay, okay? But I do want you to ask, what if he's asking me to think differently? Because there's a difference. Agreement doesn't always produce growth, but curiosity does. Imagine where your life could be 1 year from today if you intentionally upgraded the way that you think. Imagine your family. I want you to take a pause and think about your family. Is your family doing well? Are you happy? Are you working together? Is it growing? Or think about your finances, your relationship, even your health. Think about your peace. Are you happy with it? Even your confidence. You have self-confidence to feel like, you know what? I can take on this challenge. And I'm telling you to think about this not because life has become easier, but because you became wiser. That's the journey we're talking about. That's the journey that we're going to take together. This isn't about chasing perfection or pursuing progress. It's about actually choosing ourselves for once. It's not about impressing people or trying to become somebody's best friend or popular. It's about developing substance. Because when your mindset rises, so does your decisions. When your decision rises, your life will eventually follow. Now, the most important thing that you can do this season is to be honest with yourself. Don't hide from the truth. You know who you are. Be willing to face that person in the mirror. Or as Michael Jackson say, I'm talking to the man in the mirror. Are you ready to change your ways? Are you ready to challenge your beliefs? Elevate your thinking to become the best version of yourself because you deserve it. This season, I want you to gain instead of lose. This season isn't about trying to make you be something that you aren't. It's about making you think differently so that you can be that person that you truly are. Now, I appreciate you for joining me for the premiere of season 2. If today's conversation challenged you, don't keep it to yourself. It's okay to share the podcast. It's okay to talk to somebody about it. Share it with someone who's ready to grow too. And then I want you to subscribe to our channels. Don't be afraid to help a brother out. Like, seriously. This is more than a podcast. It's a community committed to thinking deeper, living with intention, and refusing to hide behind filters or fences. I'm your boy, Shay Impact. And until next time, keep your mind open, keep your heart grounded, and remember, the life you're hoping for begins with the mindset you're willing to build. Peace.